Hi, this is Phil Malcolm, missionary to the children of West Africa, and I want to talk to you for a few minutes about Speed the Light. Speed the Light is an incredible program that helps me as a missionary, but I want to tell you what it really does, what it really means for me as a missionary. So today, I want to take you beyond the vehicle. I want to take you to the northern part of a little country in West Africa, the country of Togo. And I want to take you way out in the middle of nowhere, a place so far off the map it literally doesn't even show up on Google Maps, the little tiny village of Djibouti. I want to tell you the story of Jean, a little girl who I met in this village far out in the middle of nowhere, a little girl who had nothing to wear but a dirty dress, had no shoes on her feet, had sores on her mouth from sickness, but she had a beautiful smile. She let me pick her up and carry her around. She wore my hat. She held my hand as we walked around the village with her pastor. Jean was a beautiful little girl with a very sad future. You see, most girls in that area of Togo are sold into marriage at the age of 10. They're sold for the price of a pot of beer. They have no future. But because of a pastor who had a vision to help girls like Jean and young boys who are forced to work in the fields all day long, not even allowed to go to school because their parents don't want them to have an education. They're afraid if their children get an education, they'll leave home for something better, and then they'll lose their workforce. This pastor wanted to do something for kids like that. He wanted to build a center where children can come and get an education, where they could learn a vocation that would help them improve their lot in life, and where they could most of all learn about Jesus. But the thing was, the pastor had a vision but had no way to realize it. And he came to us for help and said, could you help us to do something for the kids in this area of our country? Well, we were excited about that, and so we went to visit him. But you know that the only way that I could get there was in my Speed the Light vehicle. Even if I took public transport, it would leave me about 30 to 40 miles short of the village. In fact, in the half dozen times that my wife and I visited Djibouti, our Speed the Light car was the only one that we saw on that little road. In fact, road's probably too strong a word, on that little dirt track that led out to the village. The only way to get there was in our Speed the Light vehicle. The only way to take the materials that we needed to build that center was in our Speed the Light vehicle. The only way to get the team out there that put up the structure was in our Speed the Light vehicle. And the only way to take the sound equipment and the generators and the projector and all the materials that we use for an outreach was in our Speed the Light vehicle. But what a difference it made. After we put up that structure, the biggest structure in town, the pastor was so pleased. And then we held an outreach. We did one night of evangelism where we invited all the kids and their parents to come and hear about Jesus. We showed a film, we did a puppet show, we did a few object lessons, but the results were amazing. You see, the little village church where that pastor ministered, when I went there on a Sunday morning, they had 30 people meeting under a thatched roof. Now they had this beautiful structure and we needed to fill it. And boy, did we fill it. That night of evangelism, they counted over 600 people under the roof of that building. And they estimated there was another 150 standing outside the building in the darkness, watching the film, watching what was happening. And when we gave an altar call, dozens and dozens of kids, their moms and dads came forward and asked Jesus into their heart. The pastor was so excited he was almost beyond words. And as we were leaving, he looked at me and said, Pastor, we were planning to do a kids camp here in our village, and we were going to invite the kids from all the other villages to come as well. We were expecting over 500 kids to come, and we had no place to put them. But now, because of you and your team, we have a place to put them. Young people, I want to tell you, that's what Speed the Light is all about. Speed the Light is about reaching out to little villages like Djibouti. It's reaching out to pastors like Pastor Constantine, who had a vision to build a center for children. And it's about reaching little girls like Jean and giving them hope, giving them a better future. You're the ones that are helping us to do that. You help us to go farther. You help us to get there faster, and you help us to do more. That's what Speed the Light is all about. So I want to say thank you for your giving. Thank you for helping us to do what God has called us to do. God bless you and keep up the good work.